Dublin town to Montgomery, and from Birmingham to Derry, we're on the Humpday show. Southern fried podcast on the go. We started as a cornbread nation, now we're spreading out across the world. We're on the Humpday show, Southern fried podcast on the go. The Celtic blacksmith is here to forge your soul. Horseshoe in his hand, he's hammering out a groove while he listens to the band. Well, I'm a shoeshine boy from Birmingham, an Irish refugee. Took me in and gave me a job, then I met all of his friends. Well, it started with a cornbread nation, but it's spreading out across the world. Well, I'm a shoeshine boy from Birmingham and an Irish refugee. The Celtic blacksmith is here to forge your soul. Horseshoe in his hand, he's hammering out a groove while he listens to the band. Oh, from Dublin town to Montgomery, and from Birmingham to Derry, we're on the Humpday show, Southern fried podcast on the go. We started as a cornbread nation, now we're spreading out across the world. We're on the Humpday show, Southern fried podcast on the go. The Celtic blacksmith is here to forge your soul. Horseshoe in his hand, he's hammering out a groove while he listens to the band.
Well, howdy, everybody. Welcome to Humpday Views. I'm Rob, that's Steve, and that's Dave. Hope y'all are all having a great day. There's Sassy Jen. Looks like we are.
Yeah, a busy day, but it's been a pretty good day. Weather's been beautiful. A little warmer. No rain. Probably gonna need some though. It don't take long for that ground to dry up.
Yep.
What's the temperature there in where you're at, Steve? Or estimated?
There we go. I was having some issues with my cord here. Oh no, we're finally coming down to like 82 out. It's 81 degrees in my house and it's 82 degrees outside my house, and it's on its way down, so I opened up a bunch of windows and hopefully that'll air it out.
I hear you, man. Yeah, and you were out in the shop too, wasn't you?
Yeah, but I didn't run the forge today.
Oh, okay.
I was planning on it. I was going to, but I just didn't have enough time.
How much does that usually heat up the shop?
A lot.
I bet.
Well, when's the last time you've been to Africa? A little bit hotter than that. That's kind of a nice, cool day.
I've never been there.
It's rough out there. I mean, if I had to estimate on any given 90-degree day, on like a really hot 90-degree day or something, it's probably about 105, 110 in there.
Wow.
And then I'm standing right in front of the heat that's radiating off of it, and I'm standing over it that's radiating off of the work. So
Great respect, man. That's not easy. Then you're trying to navigate when you're streaming, you're trying to navigate all the stuff that goes with that and everything that goes wrong when you're trying to stream.
And my laptop already runs a little hot. So
oh wow. But you got the super duper shield that goes over it.
Yeah. Yeah, but that just insulates it. Keeps the circulating air away from it. I gotta figure something out with that before it breaks. If this laptop goes down, I am SOL.
How old's your laptop?
Let's find out. I can't remember. I want to say it was 2015. Oh no, 2012.
Oh wow. You got good use out of it.
Well, I bought it in I bought it refurbished. And that was back in I think 2020. So
I don't think I've bought a new computer in I don't know how long. I generally get a refurbished one.
Well, I guess it's not even just like a conspiracy theory kind of thing. I mean, you could talk to pretty much anybody that refurbishes these things, and they'll tell you that MacBooks are I think it's 2015 is when they started adding a whole bunch of software in there that pokes around and gets into your business a little too much, and so that's the cutoff. And so since I've got a 2012, next time I get one, it's going to be a 2015. And boy, I'm just hoping that they're available at the time, and still hanging in there. This thing already died once.
How old is your phone?
Oh, I just got this phone.
Oh, okay.
You use an iPhone?
It thinks it was made in like 2010 with the way it runs, but no, it's an Android.
Okay, good deal.
It's a Galaxy A16, which I didn't realize was like the Fisher Price of the Galaxy phones.
I gotta see what I've got.
It freezes up. It runs so slow that if I tap the home button, it thinks I'm long pressing it, so it starts into its little Siri assistant thing, and then I gotta wait for it to load the fact that I'm exiting. It's so annoying. I've only had it for 2 months.
It's like
mine is an A16 as well.
Is it? I'm sorry.
Yes. Android.
Do you hate it? I would ask if you love it, like normal people would, but I know you don't.
I don't have any special things about my phone. It works. It records. It texts. It calls. It.
Yeah, you must have very minimal needs for it, or maybe I just got a piece of junk. I don't know.
You may have got a piece of junk. I don't know, but this may be the Fisher Price of it. I mean, I can operate it pretty easily, so that would explain why. I'm just mad it didn't flip open.
I'm tempted to go back to a flip phone, man.
I'm tempted to go back to the old school texting because I never text. Hit the 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3.
Yeah, first of all, I had one of those. I had developed a skill that I can no longer use ever again. I used to be able to, without even looking at my phone. I could driving around all along the road, and no cop can pull me over for playing around on my phone because he couldn't see it. It was sitting underneath my leg, and I'm and not even looking at it. Glance at it, read them, but I do that at red lights. You're well aware.
Sometimes you just have to respond to what's going on around you.
Yeah.
Especially with us on the air.
But I mean, I'm tempted. Yeah, you guys are a little demanding.
What? I wouldn't say we're demanding. We're just having fun.
I'll just set my phone down. Okay, I just sent a message. And set my phone down, and 2 seconds later, you're saying something that requires another response from me, and I better pull it back out again. Yeah, I was trying to catch. Like I said, I think I might go back to a flip phone. I'm already like, I had all my notifications cleared out at like 4:30, and then I jumped out in the shop, started slamming stuff away out there, and I've just been nonstop moving since like 4:45. So I got all my stuff done. I came inside, took a shower, got back out, set up my camera and stuff. And while the intro was playing, the intro song, I was like, "Ooh, I'll take this, 30 seconds or so to just check for any important messages." And I fan through, and I'm just swipe, getting rid of all the junk that I don't need. I still got like 20 notifications on this stupid thing. It's like I could never keep up with it. iPhone.
Apparently, Judith has an iPhone. Her mom has an Android. She hates it. She's got to trade it in. I didn't even know you could get an iPhone south of the Mason-Dixon.
See, I didn't want the iPhone just because you couldn't have your own plan. Although I will give it up. I'll give it to Apple, because I grew up on Apple products, but after Steve Jobs passed away, it's just been careening.
Yeah.
But I will give them this. They did pull a pretty smart move. I think it was was it Verizon or no, Sprint? Sprint was the only one that would take them. Nobody had any faith in the iPhone. They all thought it would flop.
Yeah.
All the carriers, none of them wanted to touch it except for Sprint. Sprint was like, "Yeah, we'll pick it up." And they almost had like an exclusive deal with Sprint. Well, after a while, all the other carriers were like, maybe we made the wrong move, and so they wanted to bring in the iPhone to be compatible with their service. So what Apple did was they're like, okay, well, Mr. and Mrs. CEO of Sprint, or whoever it is, whatever, we'd like to expand. And Sprint, no, you're in a company. You stick with us. That's the way it is. So Apple, I don't know if you guys noticed this, if you think back a few years, right before they expanded and other carriers picked them up, there was this sudden boom in apps. Suddenly there were a ton of apps that used a lot of data.
Yeah.
Because Apple was pushing those apps because they were trying to break Sprint's system. They were trying to overload it to the point where Sprint couldn't keep up, and they would have to throw up their hands and go, okay, fine, let other people use your phone, whatever, because they wouldn't be able to keep up with the data. And so that was a pretty smart move.
I didn't know that. Wow. My favorite phone, well, really two, was early on. I like the iPhone. I do. But my BlackBerry, I really liked that phone. And I had a Motorola. My very first phone was a Motorola that I really liked. I don't know. Sometimes maybe it's because you had something in the beginning. But I liked my BlackBerry,
Blackberries are kind of like sidekicks. I don't know if you guys remember those. Those are the ones with the screen that flipped outside, it like spun around.
Oh, yeah.
Those two, the Blackberries and the sidekicks, you had to have like a pilot's license to operate those things. They were so necessarily complicated, but the people who did run them ran them so well.
I mean, they had a great name until Hillary bashed a bunch of them and, destroyed. She went on a hammer party.
Oh, yeah. That was when she started swinging the hammer.
Yeah.
I mean, are we sure that she was swinging an actual hammer? Because, Dave, as you know, anything is a hammer if you swing it hard enough.
That's right.
Anything can be bleach, I guess, if you pour enough on something.
You mean white like a cloth? Like,
oh no!
Of what you're doing? Shut up. She thought she was so clever. God. I also have no thoughts of self-harm, and I'm happy right now.
Same here.
I want
me too.
Very clear.
Yes.
Looking
If
at
I die under mysterious circumstances tonight, like I got shot 17 times in the back, it was not suicide.
threw myself off a bridge.
Yes. I'm not going to do that. Just putting it out there.
Was definitely not inflicted. Dan, looking at you, Mr. Bongino.
Yes. Y'all investigate. Investigate. Get
Mr.
off your ass if I die
I
tonight.
love you brought him up. I was thinking today, I just got a sneaky feeling around the midterms, he's going to jump back out and go back to podcast land. I don't think he's going to stay the whole time unless something big happens because they're just not winning.
Well, rebuild his audience now that half of them are not very happy with him.
Well, that's true. His wife is making posts every day for him. Well, they may be his post, but it's under her name, Paula.
Well, did you see the announcement that Cash Patel had today?
I didn't.
You didn't? About
I've
the
been
announcement.
training all day.
They caught 2 Chinese smuggling in toxic crop killing pathogen. Today, they captured them. It's Yingwen Jian and her boyfriend Zunyong Liu. It's Fusarium granirum, described as a potential agroterrorism weapon. It attacks wheat, the wheat heads. It creates head blight, a disease of wheat, barley, maize, and rice. It is responsible for billions of dollars in economic losses worldwide each year. It is also toxic to humans and can cause vomiting, liver damage, and reproductive defects in humans and livestock. And they were smuggling it. They've been attempting to smuggle the pathogen into the United States since she began her postdoctoral studies funded by China in 2022. So, yeah, they did catch that at least. So, hey, that's doing something that could have been potentially horrible.
Awesome.
So, and we like that. So, they were flagged and they searched them and at U.S. Customs and Border Protection. So, yeah. So they found the tissues. They found them in their shoes. Said the tissues concealed a note in Chinese, a round piece of filter paper with a series of circles drawn on it, 4 clear plastic baggies with small clumps of reddish plant material inside. It also identified 10 separate samples from the filter paper. Each sample had a hand-drawn circle around it. Wow. Now, I don't know how long it would have taken to get that stuff out and active, but my goodness.
Crazy.
Yeah. China's our friend. We need to really get some trade going with them.
Yeah, I don't know, pushing that let's give peace a crap with it. China. It's like China wants to just boot us off the throne and take over. They want us to be subservient to them. It doesn't sound like a future that I want. I don't understand why everybody, well, not everybody, but we know who wants it. I don't understand see that. Of course, I suppose they are a demographic that is rather fond of being under the boot of certain authoritarian systems. So,
well, there's one that you want to put under your boot. Well, maybe not. Maybe boot is the wrong word.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the first part. I was getting distracted by some. I got I don't know what it is. I get the occasional ant just keeps popping up. It's driving me nuts.
Just be glad it's not an uncle.
I don't know. I think it's the weather breaking. They're finally out and about.
Yeah, if the uncles had piled out, then you would be in trouble.
I run around the house and I set up that I spray myself that ortho crap. I just haven't done it yet. Well, not me, the house, Rob. You know what I mean? Yeah, I just run it through the sprinkler system, and I go out there in my Dora the Explorer trunks and just jump up and down like a little. What's wrong with you? You knew better.
I'm just amazed that you admitted about the Dora Explorer trunks.
Hey, look, either that or Snow White, and the snow are being washed right now.
Well, I could see where you would have choices. You have to make these hard decisions every day. You know, AOC, Maxine Waters.
Where
I
to
mean,
Swear to God. So the 20, 20 something, 20 minutes and 3 seconds. That's got to be a new record.
it's got to be. I mean, it took me that long to bring it up. You know, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. You know,
I wish I knew what half of these sound effect buttons did. I can't remember now.
just say it. You want some of that?
I don't know what these.
You was like, what? Huh?
You were like, huh? Who said?
What? Jen said I was like, what? Jennifer said I was like, what? I don't know what. Oh,
I don't know what she's whatting.
I don't know what she's wanting either.
What are you whatting, Jan?
Is it a what or a what?
You know what? Yeah, was it a what? Was the H before the W? Was it a what?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Damn it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby. What in the hell are you thinking? Get those pink panties off of your head.
Hey, we do have a topic tonight, and we can divert and talk about anything. But I was thinking today, and I'm very curious to see what boys and girls, men and women, from all areas of the country that might be listening in, or the world, what parental advice? Notice I said parental, not just one side. Did your parents give you about fighting and growing up? Fighting. Words of advice about fighting.
I don't remember.
I got several pieces of advice about that. My mother taught me that if I was going to get in a fight, if I lost that fight, she was going to wear me out when I got home. She said she didn't care if I had to kick, pull hair, bite, scratch, whatever, but to win that fight.
Attaboy.
When Steve said about the ortho spray,
What, you don't take ortho showers? What's wrong with you?
he was taking ortho showers in his Dora the Explorer shorts.
No better tick control than an ortho shower. Yeah. I'm with Dean on this one. I'm pretty sure don't pick fights is pretty much the only advice or lesson I ever got from my parents. No, neither one of my parents much of fighters.
Well, but when I came down to live with my grandparents, they taught me something different. They said, don't fight. Because if you ever start, you'll never stop, just like you've been doing for the last however many years. So I did my best not to fight. And then I grew up and started wrestling and just MMA and stuff like that. So, you know, I got back into it.
Did you ever show of your wrestling days?
I got to get with Earl on that. We're going to have to all we got is VHS tapes, if that tells you anything. And we've got to get them transferred over. And that costs a fortune. I got to send him some money.
Not really that do that stuff. Hang on now.
I don't know. Now, Dave, what'd your folks tell you?
My dad said to me to always walk away from a fight if he could. It's not good to fight, but if you have to fight, make your stand. Be heard from. Give it all you got, and I'll back you up all the way. So I was not a fighter, but everybody got some kind of advice about, because you have bullies. So even if you don't want to fight, there's people that will force you into a fight. And so when I was in two of the schools, elementary and middle school, that came into play was, walk away if you can. But if you have, it's going to be a time. He didn't say if, he said there will be a time where you have to make a stand. Don't run. Make your stand.
Yep.
And that's what I did. It's exactly what I did.
Kind of like off that song "Coward of the County" that Kenny Rogers did. When it comes down to it, you got to stand up. Don't mess with Becky.
Well, the school bus is a lot. School bus and playgrounds tend to be areas where that happens. Mine was on, one of those was on the school bus. I didn't have to fight, though. That one I didn't have to fight, but I was ready to fight. One of them was in school. One of them was after school, going home.
So you never picked up a desk and threw it at somebody?
No. No, I didn't do that.
Well, he said he was going to whoop me after class. He was going to kick my butt after class, and I didn't see no need in waiting. So, Jenna, Miss Elizabeth.
Yeah, I want to know what the girls were told.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all fire in on it, and not just y'all, any of the women folk out there. We got three guys' opinion. Let's get some lady folks on here talking about it.
I had more to say about the topic, but
go ahead, keep going.
It was never really that big of a thing for me. I was more so the clown. People don't really want to beat somebody up who can make them laugh.
Yeah. I didn't go around looking for fights, but I never backed down from one.
Well, I did avoid them. I avoided a lot of them during my adult life too. Most of which ended up getting the other person always suffered the consequences just because and that's the thing. Like I've had, as far as fights, okay, I would define a fight as two people swinging on each other. It's not really a fight if one person's swinging and just missing a whole bunch of times.
Yes, I agree.
And that was, I don't know. I always had the presence of mind every time somebody started swinging at me at like bars and stuff, especially at bars. That happened a lot. I made a lot of people mad, but I was drinking in my defense. So, but yeah, they could never really land a punch, and I even drunk, I always had the presence of mind to know that it's like if I start swinging back, I'm gonna end in jail. And all over what? Because somebody wants to prove something or look tough in a bar full of people that don't even know them? Like, whatever. Like, yeah, let them. It was like my version of a rope-a-dope. Let them just kind of wear themselves out, and eventually they'd leave me alone.
And nowadays, I mean, back in our day, it really was a fight. But if it was fisticuffs, sometimes knives would be involved. But you go to bars, it was always a fight.
Well, I used to go. There was a place up there in Chattanooga. It was. Can I call the name?
Might not even be there anymore.
It was called the Rocking Country. And we used to call it the.
I don't even think that's there anymore.
Okay, we used to call it the Rock Country Gun and Knife Club. Yeah, that was an interesting place. So
I'm a total idiot. I would hear something like that and go, "Oh, I want to go."
yeah,
Thinking it's a gun show.
it gets a fun place. Oh, it was a lot of fun. I did have a guy, a friend of mine, who was shooting some pool, and we had won. It was time to settle up some monies, but they said, "Well, what are you going to do if we don't pay?" And he turned and pointed at me and said, "He's going to whoop your butt." What? My buddy, my pal. Yeah.
That was yeah.
What did Jen say?
She said, "I don't remember." Let's see, put it up. But I did have one boy that bullied me and pushed me down. In school, I was ready to get a big black football player because he kept saying stuff to me, and I got in his face.
Don't mess with.
And then she said, "Hi," right? HIGH.
High school, maybe? In high
Maybe.
school?
Maybe, or maybe she got high and then did it.
Dude, I don't but high. I was never that good at functioning. Anytime I got high, I would just be numb from the brain down, man.
Oh.
Just drooling on myself. And it was never, well, maybe fun as a teenager, but after that, it's like, I always tell people, I'm like, I grew out of it. Oh, what do you mean you grew out? I can't function for 4 hours. I'm useless. I'm just a blob of stupidity for 4 hours until I come out of it. Hungry, thirsty stupidity.
Now, I bet Miss Elizabeth got in her share of fisticuffs. I could picture that. I could see that in my mind's eye. You're going to hell.
She's laid out a couple of people, I do believe.
I bet you. I bet Jennifer probably has laid into a couple too. She got in that guy's face, but I bet you.
Don't mess with country girls. They don't play.
They don't play. Well, okay.
By the way, the guy, I love the video. They cut the video off where the idiot threw the accelerant at the Jewish people. Did you see the guy with the stick that beat the crap out of him?
No.
The civilian? Oh, man. He wore him out. that video needs to be like spread everywhere far and wide. That is like, this is what needs to happen. Like, we're tired of it. This guy got us. I don't know where he got the board at. It's like a 2x4. Like, dude just took it to him, man. Had him on the ground, hit him again.
Good. Oh.
Got high after school.
Ron, I tried.
Some people are got high in school.
I don't know nothing about that. When I was younger, that was one of my things, and but then I got school, went to service, and it's kind of like, because there wasn't no getting out of whatever they're going to do, because there are people in the military and their job, and this, I don't know what you have to score on the ASVAB to get this job, but their job is to watch you urinate and make sure.
I'm not saying to do that job, but I feel like I'd be good at it. I'd at least do a good job, Sure did. Wasn't fun, but I did it.
But what do you have to score on the ASVAB to get that job? I mean, come on.
How do you do a bad job? I want some privacy. Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, damn.
Forget to put your gloves on?
No, I wouldn't forget that. I like making people nervous when I snap the wrist of it.
Yeah. Give them the wrong size cup.
You got to snap the fingers up.
Oh, okay.
That makes them. You could see their head lift like a good 2 inches when they clench up.
Yeah. 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 You want to see the head go up. No, that, and see, I've never been one to be able to go when somebody's watching. Okay. It was not fun. Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
It's very awkward.
I think I'm going nonstop for like 3 days now. It's finally catching up with me.
Jenna thinks that's funny.
Well, we had to go for the screen with the kiddo, and there was 5 of us. And my oldest son was one of them, and he was having trouble like that. And he said, Jeremy turned himself a little bit, and he said, I have to see it or you fell. And he said, well, I ain't never done that with somebody watching. He said, don't worry about it. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. Just do it.
Now, wait a minute. I've heard that kind of story before. Jenna, Elizabeth, y'all going to have to answer that question. Is that true?
Oops. I'm screwing up.
Steve, are you having technical issues?
This thing just I'm like, I want you up here, and it's like, nope, we're going down here.
Mine does that too, and I've got it set up high here, and I keep adjusting it. But
so like,
yeah.
This mic kind of sucks. First off, it's a really stupid design. You get like this. It's got the shock cord cage thing, but it's 90% of the mass is in one direction. So it's like it's like a weeble wobble. And I can't know what sounds better here or here. I guess on the side. I don't know.
Hey, that works a lot better. Oh, okay.
Oh, you were a little dark beforehand. It looks like things lighten up a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Going off that magnesium triangle background there.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that no, you're not going to answer, or no, that's not true? I don't understand.
I'll be right back. I got another one of these drinks.
I'm probably going to get in trouble.
Actually excited to try out, so I'll be right back.
Uh-oh. Well, that answers that. So if you've seen one, you have not seen them all. Sorry, that was probably one of those questions that I could have done without asking, but you know. Fingers is my other cat sitting here on the floor looking at me. He's sweet. She's a sweet little kitty cat. She can't make up her mind if she wants to come up here or not. Okay.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
I'm sitting here like bouncing around in my seat. I'm like, I can't wait to try the watermelon one. I've never had these before. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Whoops.
Doritos. No, Aritos.
Yeah,
Aritos.
Something like
It
that.
looks good.
I get to use my bottle opener that I made.
Kind of looks like a knee-high.
I don't know, but it's watermelon flavored and smells nice.
Do you make bottle openers as part of the store?
I will soon. Ooh, that's good.
That looks like something that they sell in the Hispanic stores around here.
I think that's what it is. There's a high Mexican population in my area, so oddly enough, sell these down at the Indian store down the road. Woman, the woman that it's an old Indian couple that run this place, and their son works there. This woman, in 6 years of going here, she's probably said about 5 words to me. And I always leave my business cards with these business cards. So I got the logo on the front, and then I got my QR code on the back because I got tired of explaining to people what Rumble was. And so I just made those QR code cards. So I always leave 10 of them up there. And every time I go up there and buy something while I'm waiting for her to ring it out, I pick up the cards and I make sure that there's 10. Whatever it's missing, I pull out of my pocket and I top it off. That way I get a general idea of how many are disappearing. Probably about 40 or 50 of them have gone over the months. But out of nowhere, for some reason today, she asked me how business was, and she wanted to know what it was I did, and you know, how much I've been getting done. And it's like, okay, they were friends now.
Hi, Colt. Not much, sir.
Hey, Colt. Hey, Dean.
Dean, knee-high drinks are not nasty.
Actually, I don't think I've ever.
You never had a knee-high?
I don't think I'd have.
Uh-oh.
I hear.
Uh-oh. He's got it. He said it's pronounced hairy toes.
Harry.
He's a California resident. Lots of Mexicans out here. California.
I don't think.
It's not hairy toes.
Yeah. It's hairy
Burrito. Burritos.
No.
However, I will forever call them hairy toes because that's funny. Friends that I'm sure that's gonna irritate them. Yeah, this is the first 2 I've tried. I got a watermelon one now, and I just slammed back this mango one not too long ago.
I like mango drinks. At Costco, you used to be able to get, I don't know if you still can or not, you used to be able to get like what they call mango nectar. And man, that stuff was good. I mean, good.
When I quit drinking, I started looking at all the non-alcoholic options. It was the first time I ever really looked at the non-alcoholic options, and I realized at that point in my life that there are a lot of non-alcoholic options for drinks.
Yeah.
We love selling different kinds of drinks in this country. And so I started trying a new one like every week or so. And I fell out of the habit, and so I figured I'd try it again.
Oh, cool.
Money.
The drink market is a very hardcore competitive market.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And some don't make it. Some get squeezed out, you know. Even among the water. It's freaking water.
Yeah.
But that is a hardcore market, and people have very definite feelings about which water bottle drink they want to buy.
And how it makes me wonder, how can the water market actually be so competitive if Dasani still exists?
Okay.
They should have been voted off the island a long time ago.
Look, in my personal opinion, I can't believe there's a water market to begin with. Something that you can get out of your freaking tap in your kitchen or the bathroom or out of a water hose. It's freaking water.
Yeah, but I've been at people's places. I've been at houses that the tap water smelled like an egg fart.
Well, yeah, that's down in Florida, though. It probably is an egg fart. It's called sulfur and rednecks eating gas.
Not to mention there's issues with wells not dug properly, and even America, things are that's kind of a risky move. I personally, my tap water, I pour it through a portafilter first.
Yeah,
I can take because that brings
drink water.
First time I took Lynn to Florida, we stopped at a Waffle House, and she wanted a cup of coffee, and that water was nasty. She said, "David, their coffee sucks."
Well,
I've never tasted this bad of coffee at Waffle House. I said, "It's the water. It's not the coffee. It's the water."
Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. But I make tea. I don't use filtered water to make my sweet tea with. It comes out of the tap. Yeah. What the? You mean yuck out of tap?
I'm
You
with you.
must be. Dean says water is water. Jen says yuck out of tap.
No, water is not water. You can drink it. You could. I'll have you do a blind taste test of a bottle of Dasani chemical crap next to a bottle of Fiji. You could taste the difference.
Now Fiji water, does that come from Fiji?
I don't know. Quite frankly, it's probably out of a bathtub in New Jersey, but it's impressive nonetheless. I know they're lying. I don't care. It tastes delicious.
So what do they put in their bathtubs to clean them in New Jersey?
I'm just saying. I mean, when it says that it comes from a spring, natural spring that's cloud seeded off of
Yeah, I'm calling BS.
Mount Olympus and the gods have blessed it on its way. They get so dramatic with this stuff. It's like a Tahitian waterfall. It's like, you guys have a plant. Shut up. You run it through a couple of filters and then boil it. Either way.
I mean, they don't ever have one of those commercials that says dipped out of the back of Rob's, the Chupacabra Hunter's toilet.
Howdy, Crispy.
Hi there.
I like flavored water now. Strawberry and stuff. If I'm in a hot plant, regular water kind of bothers my stomach. So I like to have just a little bit of flavor with it. It seems to help.
I tell you what, what was really good was when it was still around. I don't know if it's back or not, but I know it's been gone for years. Is that Marley tea, that Bob Marley tea? Oh, that stuff was so good. That raspberry.
I don't think I ever had it.
It was like a bottle, and it had like the Rasta colors on the side, and it usually had a picture. Well, I think there were only like 3 flavors, and there were different pictures of Bob Marley, and it was good stuff. That's true. Crispy. Hitler did drink water.
Yeah. I think dictators do drink water.
Coincidence? I think.
Well, hey, and Democrats drink water too.
They just want you to drink the Kool-Aid, but they drink the water.
Right.
Water's dead.
Now I'm having flashbacks to Waterboy. Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
Gatorade.
H2O.
God, this stuff is good. I'm going back to the store after this. Give me like 6 more of those.
Now, Frosty. There's a drink company down here called Frosty, and they make lemonade and stuff. They make a watermelon lemonade that will just knock your socks off. It's good.
That's my jam right there, watermelon. That's why I drank the mango one first of these 2 just because I wanted to save the watermelon one. And I figured if the mango one was okay, the watermelon one was going to be the bomb.com. And I was right. I can't set it down.
No, we're not even going to answer that, Colt, even if we do know what it is. I know what sweet peas are. They come in a can.
With how much? Never mind. Never mind. I'm going no place good right now. Nope.
No, me neither.
Or not.
Me neither.
Not
happy.
U-turn.
Here, go back the other direction here.
So you'll go back to the store to get more of those, and she's going to be talking to you more, thinking, "Hey, I talked to this guy. He come back quick for more money, more business."
Oh yeah.
Hey man, how's business?
She's going to be talking to me all the time.
Yeah, every time.
Steve's here. Yeah, Steve, come on in.
Yeah.
Friend.
Yeah. Next time y'all gonna be talking, she says she's gonna be asking you, "Do you want breakfast?"
I'll tell you what, the one phrase, like if I ever made a plushie doll of this woman, the little string pull thing, that sound box would, one of the first thing it says is no smoke. Every time I went up there, back when I was still smoking cigarettes, anytime I didn't ask for them, no smoke, no smoke.
Oh man.
No, I mean, you know,
which, you know, not to make fun of her or anything. She's a, you know, she seems like a nice lady, and they raised their son is a pretty nice guy too. Dude knows like 7 languages. It's crazy.
Well, you got to know a lot of languages in the South too, but they're all English. They're just variations.
Well, yeah, I asked him one time about that, and he told me there's like 4 different languages that are all spoken in India, and so he needs to learn. He needs to know all of them.
Yeah,
pretty similar. They speak languages in India. It's ridiculous.
What are you gonna do? I can't do it.
Come on, Dave.
You got this.
You got it. We have faith in you. You do better.
What are you gonna do when you're up there counting your cards and she goes, "We love you long time."
And I'm sorry I told you to. I shouldn't have egged you on. I won't do it again.
Well, what was it at the beginning of Happy Gilmore?
Considering her husband is usually sitting right there. He's got his own little rolly chair behind the counter.
Well, how big old boy is he?
Not very. I'm pretty sure he's got a bad hip too, but that's besides the point.
Me too, Dave. Me too.
No, my dad actually caught those, and when he passed away, I just inherited the mounts. You can see them there? They're big old crappies.
Don't let him lie to you. The second he moves that chair far back enough to trip the sensor, it's going to turn around and start singing.
I wish. I wish I could shove a battery up them fish's butts and have them sing songs. That would be awesome.
What would they sing, Steve?
Be happy.
One would go, "Don't worry," and they'll go, "Be happy." Then they both turn around at the same time and go, "Do do 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 do."
I think the more he drinks on that strawberry drink, the happier he gets. I want to know what's in it.
No,
there he goes.
Pure sleep deprivation right now, buddy. It's got nothing to do with substance. Why am I a fish?
That's my newest fish. It's a dog-faced puffer. And there's the other newest fish.
All right. We found Nemo. There I am.
Yeah. It's a red-tooth trigger. Oh. Yeah.
Rob can sing. Lay it down, man.
What do you want me to sing?
Whitney Houston.
And I will always love you. There you go.
Abandoned ship.
Hey, what do you mean you wish Rob could sing? Rob could sing. He just can't sing well.
Right?
Yeah.
You ought to hear me in the shower, man. I sing all kinds of goofy shit. It's never right.
I always change the words on everything.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, that song, Lean on Me. Well, who was talking about P a while ago?
That was Colt.
Yeah, Colt. I have a song for that. P on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. It's not nice, Colt. I'll help you pass it off. Sorry.
Oh, man.
Let's hear one of yours there, Steve.
Huh?
Let's hear one of your songs that you changed the words on.
Oh no, I'm exclusively a shower singer.
Colt's trying to help. I'll help you spray it on.
Sound like Colt's taking a shine to you.
What do you mean your ears?
Serenaded them with your sweet, sweet vocals.
Oh, man, you feel like a woman.
I've stuck in my head for a week again. You have
Then we go down the road wanting a Snickers.
Listen,
What?
you know how hard it is to walk through a busy lunchroom in a weld shop
Yeah.
around a bunch of men, like men, who like gnaw on chunks of iron, just and I'm strutting through going. I'm kidding. I'm never that loud. It's always till I get out and I know that it's closed behind me. It's like
You know, we used to mess with people wrestling a lot. You know, everybody had their intro music. And every once in a while, someone would be going out and someone would put that in for them. And they'd hit the top of the stage, and especially for the heels, they'd be getting out ready to go all bad, be all bad and tough, and they'd play, okay, girls. Oh, they hated me.
Me and my pastor were doing some work at the church when we were both humming the song, and we just stopped and looked at each other, and we're like, "Oh Lord!" We didn't realize we were humming the old "It's Hard to Be Humble" song.
I love that song, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh Lord, it's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way. Oh.
You know, there's something that happened when, TV didn't really get around till the 50s. It really wasn't in most homes or a lot of the homes until the 60s. So
Sure,
the
Cole.
kids that really came along in the 70s, everything is associated with music and TV shows because they had so much music that went into those shows.
Yeah.
And they played songs and music. And so everything that happens now, my brain goes there. It goes to a song on a show or about the show. I do it preaching. I'm like, it pops in my head. I can't help it. It's there. That's the influence that's had.
Sunday, Monday, happy days.
Oh, I wish. I would always have stuff like the Partridge Family pop in my head or something. Daddy Bonaducci.
Hold me closer, Tony Danza.
Everybody knows that one. Anybody who's seen what?
Tiny Prancer. Had theme songs like Mork and Mindy. Do you still remember the Mork and Mindy theme song?
I barely remember Nanu Nanu.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm rewatching it again on Netflix. So not Netflix, but on something else. And
I'm sorry. That was before my time, and I don't have TV land.
No. Let me tell you something. Mork and Mindy was amazing. I'll go ahead and throw it out there. At the last season when Jonathan Winters was born on the show.
Yeah, that was actually one of my dad's favorite shows. Was Mork and Mindy.
Oh,
at least I believe.
What was your favorite show as a kid?
Alf.
Watch. You look forward to watching it every week.
Alf. But well, here's the thing though. As I was born, Alf was before my time too. But my parents had recorded so many on VHS that we were rewatching it when I was a kid. And so I loved Alf, man. And then when most people become adults and get like credit cards and stuff, and they think, ooh, I can move a house and I can get an apartment and I can rent a car and I can do, blah, 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 blah. I can do all these things. I was like, the Alf season or the whole series of Alf is on DVD box set on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Add to cart, add to cart, add to cart. Amazon house.
Dean, I remember Emergency Well, Family Matters, Full House, Step by Step. Those were, I remember them being on, but that was like well after I was a kid. Dinosaurs. So it was Alf for Steve. What was it for Dave?
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard. Well, I'm gonna go back even before that, and I used to pitch a fit to watch it. Buck Rogers in the 25th Century. Oh, I loved it. Absolutely amazing.
Isn't that back when they still called the movies the talkies?
No, but they had like the little robot Tweety. You know, I can't even do his voice anymore.
I couldn't help myself.
Yeah, thank you. At least you didn't call it the Reedies.
The Reedies. Newspaper came on tablets.
Yes. Stone tablets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But I remember when Star Wars, the original Star Wars movie, came out on TV, and they were interviewing all these people. And believe it or not, they had an interview with Fred and Wilma Flintstone. I promise you, it happened.
Did I miss a part of that?
It happened, dude. Then they were like talking about the Force and the Star Wars and all this stuff, and they literally had Fred and Wilma Flintstone.
Like the original actors?
No, in the cartoon form.
Okay, that's the part I missed. I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, what are you talking about? All right, sorry, I was lost. It's been a week for me, man.
Interview. I'm gonna see if they have that. Oh my goodness, if they yes.
Ooh.
1984 Star Wars TV premiere commercial break with Fred and Wilma. 1984.
Ooh.
I'm not going to play it because we will get in trouble.
Yeah,
but I tell you what, I have it pulled up here, and I will share screen. How about that? So y'all can find this easier. I highly recommend not watching it, but you know, there it is. Footage originally captured in 1984 on a Zenith. It's just gives the thing there. So
yeah, I'll have to go find that.
Yes, that happened.
Oh,
and
sure.
I remember watching that live. Oh. That's kind of like horrible that I remember that, I think.
I mean, I've given you enough old person jokes. Never mind.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, you know, I've been told I look a little bit like Fred Flintstone.
I'll save him.
I think it'd be more like Barney. I think you're more like a Fred. I think Dave's more like a Mr. Slate. What do you think?
Oh, I can. Oof.
Yes, Chips was very good. Dun 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 dun.
I like Chips.
I think I ever saw a single episode, a single clip, a single anything from Chips.
Oh my goodness, with Punch and John, come on.
I haven't even seen like It hasn't even been on when I walked through, a room somewhere and happened to catch a glimpse of some of it. I've heard references,
Yeah.
and it's been referenced in a ton of shows, movies, and stuff. But
What about Starsky and Hutch, Dave? Did you like Starsky and Hutch?
Yeah.
Did you get to see that one, Steve?
I saw the remake. So
Okay.
don't hate me.
With Ben Stiller?
Do it.
Ben Stiller and what's his name? The guy with the broke nose.
Oh, Owen Wilson?
Yeah, Owen Wilson.
Yeah, wow.
Why didn't he fix his nose? He can afford it.
Apparently, I don't know. Look now, whatever.
My goodness. He needs a nose job much worse than Jennifer Grey ever did.
Oof.
I used to think she was the cutest thing out there till she got her nose job.
I don't know why I'm not putting a face to the name. Hang on.
Dirty Dancing.
Oh, wait, no, baby?
Yeah.
Oh, man, she was adorable back then.
Yeah. I thought
Watching
she
that.
got her nose job.
Honestly, the first time I saw Dirty Dancing, like the first time ever that I saw Dirty Dancing was actually like last year.
Really?
It was one of those movies where it's like, and again, I knew all the references. I've heard of them all before. And so I already knew that stuff. So it's like, this is stuff that I was waiting to hear and see throughout the movie. And every time I saw something, it's like, oh, there it is.
There it is.
Did the Leonardo DiCaprio thing then?
But he says, no one puts baby in a corner.
Thank you for that the whole movie. Somebody could have told me.
And then the whole thing where he holds her up in the air and during the dance, she jumps up there and all that.
I'm not going to lie. Listen, I'm very comfortable with my sexuality. I know I am straight, but I still want to be picked up by Patrick Swayze. I don't know why. It just looks fun. Okay. You can't tell me that doesn't look like that looks like fun, man. I'd like spread my wings, pretend I was flying.
Would you settle for John Fetterman?
He looks like he could pick me up just by the head. Lift me up.
Also, one of my favorites there, Dean. Loved that.
That's another one.
$6 million man.
Never saw anything.
I had, when I was a kid, a Steve Rogers doll, but it was like, you could look through his eye, the back of his head and through his eye. He had like the bionic eye or whatever. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was cool.
Oh, I think they referenced that one in the 40-Year-Old Virgin, didn't they?
They may have. I had G.I. Joe dolls too. But I had the whole prison camp with the barbed wire. It had the watchtower, and they go down to the zip line. It was great.
Figure.
No, they were dolls. These were not action figures. Action figures are like these little plastic things, These were like dolls, dude.
Things. No, you got posable arms and kung fu grip and stuff. That's action figure.
Yeah. Okay, they were action figures then.
Yeah. They were action figures because they did actions.
Yes.
The ones you're talking about, like little army men, those are just figurines or army men.
Oh, I had a ton of those too. Little green army men.
Oh, a doll is one of them creepy ass things that you lift it up and the little weighted eyelids go up and it goes meh, and you just want to
throw it in the fire.
Exactly.
Wait a minute, Dave. You had little sisters. I bet there were a bunch of dolls around your house.
And they were probably all naked. What is it about stripping the clothes off of Barbie dolls and just leaving them naked?
I don't think they could ever get them back on.
Is that what it is?
I think that's what it is.
Nah, they constantly change their clothes. That's just something they enjoy doing. But sometimes they just don't get them back on. But they'll go back and put them on. I mean, Kelly used to do that for hours. She would changed the outfits, put different outfits together. She'd been her own little world.
Is that just the beginning of the indecisiveness curse when they're little and they leave the chuck it across the room naked? I don't know what to wear.
Now the scary part would be the kid that's in the neighborhood who cuts the heads off those dolls and leaves them in your yard. Now that's the scary part.
But the little neck holes could fit an M8.
Yeah.
I mean,
not that I would know. And what was up with? I remember there was a girl that lived close to me. She had this baby doll. You could feed it, and then it would poop the food, whatever crap you fed it. It would come out the other end. What was up with that? And it would hold an M80 as well.
In the other end. We're simulating Taco Bell concept.
But it had these little creepy lips, and it would go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I bet Jeneth had one of those.
Some of the dolls with like realistic eyes, and it's creepy.
Yeah, and now they have movies like Annabelle.
No.
We were down in Florida. We stayed at this church, and a lot of churches do the thing with the kids. They have it's called Patch the Pirate, and
Patch the
anyway,
Pirate.
Patch the Pirate. Patch the Pirate. They had a mascot. They had one. I don't know if they bought it or made it. It was about 3 foot tall. Patch the Pirate. And when we first walked into this apartment area that they had, there was a gym there attached to it. So we turned on the lights there to get where the rooms were to unlock the room that we had. And off in the distance, you could see that there was something standing there. But you didn't know. I kind of figured what it was, but my wife looks and she's like, David, there's somebody standing there. I'm like, no, there's not. She goes, yeah, it's in the shadows. You know, I had to flip the light on, show her, you know. And I didn't do it. I've said this before. I didn't do it. But it took all because I was in the church. I was like, I can't do it. God's going to get me. But I thought about putting that thing on the toilet. So when she went to the bathroom in the middle of the night, when she opened the door, it would be standing there on the toilet. But I just couldn't do it.
I want to do it now. I want to do it.
She would have screamed.
I saw a video once. This guy sitting right next to his dad at the kitchen table, and they're recording this video. And he's talking about how his dad traumatized him as a kid. He let him watch Chucky. And so the next day, while he was at school, he went out and bought him a Chucky doll and left it in his room. Well, it freaked him out, and so he threw it in the trash. And I guess his dad found it in the trash, plucked it out, waited for him to go to school, and then the next day put it on his bed.
Dude. When that movie came out, or it was sometime thereafter, when I was in the service, we had in the service. I was messing with somebody anyway, and I'd gotten this Chucky doll and I'd given it to him, and it wound up in the trash. And I plucked it and shoved it under their bed. I forgot about it.
Oh no.
And it was like 6 or 7 months later that they found it and were totally freaked out. Called me on the phone. You remember that stupid doll that you got me? Yeah. The Chucky one? Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah. No, it wasn't. That thing's under my bed. And I know I threw it away.
I saw one. I saw one. It was this guy. It was a Facebook reel or YouTube short or something. It was this dad down in his basement, and he didn't even say anything. The subtitle just said, "My daughter's having a sleepover, and they have they're playing with a Ouija board right now." And he flips open the breaker panel, and he just starts flipping on the breaker on and off and on and off, and you could hear in the other room all of them just losing their minds, screaming.
Oh yeah. All right. Jen says she didn't play with the dolls. She rode motorcycles and played with Hot Wheels. And Barry said, we would catch crawdads out of the creek and use the wheels from a train and make the crawdads lift weights. So the crawdads will flex and lift the weights up and down. It's kind of mean, Barry.
Like a toy
Pretty
train.
funny, but
Oh, so I had a thought today. I would like to share with you too, since you were some nice church going boys. I had a thought exercise that I'd like to bring up. So
okay.
you got God, up in his cloudy, office, whatever, and he's got his little sin-o-meter, and it's filling up and everything. And when it gets to the top, it's like Sodom and Gomorrah. It's time to rain down, fire and brimstone and whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just keeps tick 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 with each little sin. How much would it suck if one day somebody, I don't know, Rob, saw a hot woman walk past and and then at that moment, because he coveted his neighbor's wife with that little whistle, God just yeets the asteroid. You're the straw that broke the camel's back. How much would that suck at the pearly gates, just standing there going, well, I didn't know. With everybody looking at you just
Well, but that is a humorous thought. But being saved, yeah, I'm still a sinner. I make mistakes, but Jesus paid my price. So
That
I have
scenario
nothing
could
but
just as easily be a guy who covets AOC.
yeah,
Says he can fix her.
I apologize.
yeah. Or it could be the same guy that's like wants to be lifted up in the air by Patrick Swayze.
I will be waiting in heaven for Patrick to lift me above the clouds so that AOC can spot me from across the crowd. Because that's going to be like a big romantic gesture. It's like, wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And race
Oh yeah.
coveted it's me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
But you know who's actually going to see you?
Best pickup line ever.
You know who's actually going to see you?
If you say Maxine Waters, I'm going to.
And you're going to hear her yell, just like the witch from Bugs Bunny. A man. Yeah, exactly.
Or the witch from Robin Hood Men in Tights. I always wanted to marry a cop.
I'm sorry, I was thinking back to also The Princess Bride with Billy Crystal and what was her name?
Oh,
Ah,
the actress or the character?
yes.
You can't say yes. Which one?
Oh my gosh, I got to look that up because it's not going to come to my head. And I know it's not.
Have fun storming the castle, boys.
Yeah.
Think they're gonna make it? It would take a miracle. Bye-bye. Yeah, that was one of the best skits. I remember like Billy ad-libbed like almost the whole scene.
Yeah.
Like all the filler stuff that he said as a joke was all just kind of improv stuff.
He's a funny dude.
He really is.
I loved him in him and Gregory Hines in Running Scared.
Yes.
Love that movie. God, they were funny in that movie.
They were absolutely hilarious. That's one of the most underrated movies ever. Carolyn Kane.
Oh yeah. And she was. I'm pretty sure oh God. She was the. What was that? The Ghost of Christmas Present. I think.
Yes.
Scrooge.
She was.
What was
Humperdinck,
so annoying in that
Humperdinck. Don't say that name. Humperdinck.
Love is the greatest feeling in the world, except for a nice MLT, mutton, lettuce, and tomato, where the bacon is not, or the mutton is nice,
Nice and crispy.
nice and perky. I love that.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I can do it. Hang on.
Who's doing?
I got to do this because this was classic. There you go.
There they are.
And I still think one of my favorite parts in that was when they're trying to figure out their plan, and it's him and the what's his name, the swordsman or the Spaniard and the giant. And they're all up there, and they're trying to and they're trying to figure out how they're going to get into the castle, and they're like, "Oh," he's like, "It can't be done." And if we had just had like a doomsday cloak or whatever he's talking about, he said, "You mean like this one?" Well, why wasn't that listed in our assets?
Yeah, what was it? His steel, my brains, and your brawn against 40 armed men, and you think a little thumb wiggle is supposed to make me happy?
Yeah. But you're bidding better.
That's one.
I am the Dread Pilot Roberts, and I have come for your soul. Oh, come on.
What? Dean?
Dean.
Homework assignment now, my guy.
Yes. Homework assignment. Princess Bride.
Acceptable.
Oh my gosh.
Unacceptable, Dean.
No.
That's almost as bad as saying you've never seen Young Frankenstein. I'm sorry, Frankenstein. Did you say you haven't?
I'm not going to repeat myself. You look angry. You would need to calm down first.
Dude, if you have not seen Young Frankenstein,
I know
you have homework assignment.
It's on my to-do list. I know it's a thing that I have to do. When
you have to do it. Man, Marty Feldman is amazing in that. Oh my gosh.
Who?
Marty Feldman.
Oh, I thought you said Gene Wilder.
He was amazing in it too.
I say Gene Wilder's good in everything.
Yes.
Name is Jim, but most people just call me Jim.
There's a whole scene there where they keep saying there's a character and her name is Frau Blucher, and they keep calling her Frau Blucher, and they say her name over and over, and every time they say Frau Blucher, all the horses you hear they start rearing up and making all this racket. And then at the end of that whole scene there, Marty Feldman shoves his head out the door and goes, "Blucher!" And all the horses do it again. And then you have to look it up, but Blucher was the German word for glue.
Oh.
So, it was just, yes, Dean. Blazing Saddles. Absolutely.
Wait, didn't I say Blazing Saddles?
I think you said Blazing Saddles.
I know I quoted it. I might have said Stir Crazy though, because that's another one of my favorites.
Oh. You hadn't what? You hadn't seen Young Frankenstein? Oh. All right. Blazing Saddles, one of the all-time greatest movies ever. Could it be aired? Could it come out in the theaters today?
Oh God, no. That's like Tropic Thunder. Like they did it once, and it's like that's as many. I'm pretty sure. Who was that? That was oh god, what's his name? It was the guy that made Blazing Saddles and
Gene
Spaceball.
Wilder.
No, the guy that made it.
That was Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks, that's the one. It's one of those names where it's like everybody knows it, but it was just
Yeah.
On the tip of my tongue, I couldn't get it out. Mel Brooks. I'm pretty sure somebody asked Mel Brooks once if he could make Stir Crazy now being like 2001 or 2002 or whatever. Or it might have been Gene. They asked if they could make it now. And I can't remember when the movie came out. It was like, what, 1983, 84, 85, something like that. And and he said, we couldn't make it then. We just did it anyway.
Well, Angry Conservative has popped in there.
Hey.
They're so low that we can't hear you. Who, me? I'll talk up.
Might be talking to me. I've been playing around with the gain.
Oh,
to get it, and trying to get it to match the timbre of my voice. Plus, I've been like running laps around my office here. I can't seem to. Either I'm sitting still and I'm just staring, and I'm yawning, or I'm bouncing around like Bugs Bunny. There is no in between.
All right, Sassy Jim. There, Jenna. You have homework assignment too. You must watch Young Frankenstein. Must watch it. It is a must watch. Oh, what huge knockers.
What?
Yeah. They were on the door. And they're riding to the castle, and she's going, werewolf? And you hear the wolf howling in the distance. She goes, werewolf? And Marty Feldman turns around and goes, there. What? There, wolf. I'm just telling you, absolutely. Marty Feldman playing Igor was awesome. And if you don't know who Marty Feldman is, he's gone now, but he was an extremely funny comedian anyway. And it was all visual stuff, and he was great big bug-eyed, cross-eyed thing. Oh, he was hilarious though.
By the way, I don't know what it is about it, but Spotify was trying to gas me up in the workshop today. I don't know what it was. I'm just sitting there. I got my earbuds in, and I can't even remember what it was. I just threw it on a random song, and so it was shuffling recommended songs that were related to what I searched for, and it slowly got more and more like 80s motivational montage esque. You know what I mean? They had a couple Survivor songs from the Rocky series. They had oh god, I can't remember which one it was. Oh, one of Night Ranger's songs. And then halfway through the Night Ranger song, there's a Freudian slip. Halfway through the Night Ranger song, I'm thinking to myself, man, Spotify's really being a bro right now and knows that I need to get this work done. It's trying to pump me up, you know? And then the next song was that Take It to the Limit from the Scarface soundtrack. I'm like, all right, now, this is not a coincidence.
Oh, there's Dog Tag. Dog Tag.
Hey, howdy, Dog Tag.
Hope you're doing all right. Being safe out there. You gonna come on here with us Friday night? If you're able to. He's checking on you, Dave.
Oh, hey, how's it going, Dog Tag? How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, welcome back, Dave.
Yeah. Hey, y'all keep it going. I gotta go get me some more coffee. Y'all let me run out.
I gotta keep it going. Dave, he's over there playing Tetris right now.
Thank you, Darmac. We gave you the follow back. Appreciate that.
Yes. I'll be right back.
Right back.
I'll wait here.
What is the movie that What is the movie that everybody talked about that you never seen? That everybody
Brokeback
said.
Mountain.
That I've never seen.
No, everybody else saw it, but you didn't, and you just never did. Okay, dog tag.
A lot of those. We just got done talking about one of them, Young Frankenstein. That one has slipped past me.
Yeah, there's a few. I mean, there's a lot of movies I never saw. So people would ask me about them, and I would say, "Well, I never saw it." You know, never saw it. So, but after a certain point, I didn't really watch a lot of the newer movies. So, at that time they were newer. Now they're very old. I didn't go to the movies a whole lot, and I was never into VHS rentals back in the day. Dog tag.
Yeah, me and my dad used to go down to the library and borrow. We borrow DVDs because at the time my mom was working third shift out. I was like 12 or 13, and so we'd pull a couple of movies from the library and check those out on a Friday night or Saturday night, and then during the days, because my dad was always they worked for themselves most of my life. I don't remember the last time. I don't even remember a time that my dad worked for a company. So they were working on the property, and so during my dad's lunch break, he'd just come into the house and eat the food in the kitchen. It was like there's nothing more convenient. And then he'd come in and he'd take a nap in his recliner. But at the time, Becker, that show Becker was still going on.
Yeah.
And it came on right around noon. And so I would take because I was homeschooled, I would take my lunch in the middle of the day, right around the time he would take his lunch, and we would watch together. So I ended up buying the whole box set for, I don't know, like $30 or whatever.
Yeah.
And that brings me back.
There's those things that sometimes we bond on stuff, and you just don't forget it.
Yeah, that was our thing. Of course, I think about the time I was, I'm the youngest. By the time I was that age, it's like he was too old. he wasn't going to be in the backyard. Wanted his.
How many siblings do you have?
I have 3.
Okay.
I have 2 older brothers, and my oldest brother is my half brother. We got the same.
Okay.
Him got the same daddy. But
so you're the baby.
Yes, sir.
Continental Divide. I remember that.
That one's not ringing a bell. Hollywood Nights is, though. I don't know why. I've never seen it.
And Dog Tag, I did send John Belushi. It's when he was like the Chicago journal, paper guy, whatever. Did a story. It's a funny movie. I like it. It didn't get as much play as some of the other movies, but I liked it. But Dog Tag, I did I did send that post you sent me to Miss Elizabeth, so she did get it. The Bigfoot shirt.
Always. Okay.
On the flip side of that question, what's a movie that you watched that you think other people should watch, but wasn't necessarily a very popular movie? Pool Hall Junkies.
Can you tell it's my favorite? It has a place of honor in my roll top. I'm pretty sure.
You, Dave?
I'm pretty sure that one's on Amazon. Let me double check.
A movie that
It is y'all
Nope.
all that one. That one's
Not necessarily the most popular of all, but one that you've watched that you really like.
yeah, Dog Tag.
nice.
I'm sure there's a bunch. Yeah, try 1981, Barry. It
Yeah.
should pull up.
I just double checked, confirming. Yeah, Pool Hall Junkies not only is on Amazon Prime, but it's part of Amazon Prime, so you don't even have to rent it or buy it or anything.
Stripes. Good one there. Okay. Stripes was amazing.
That was a good one.
Well, Dave's looking for his. One that I really liked that I think everybody should watch was The Adventures of Remo Williams.
That's a mouthful.
If y'all haven't watched that, it's funny. In fact, I think it was the first time that I ever saw Kate whatever her name was that played Catherine Janeway on Voyager.
Fred Ward, isn't that the guy that played in Tremors?
Yes, Fred Ward.
Yeah.
Yes.
I recognize nobody else except for Wilford Brimley.
Yes, Wilford Brimley is in it as well.
Was this
and
before?
Catherine and the woman that played Catherine Janeway?
I'm guessing that was well before the diabetes.
Yeah, well, it was the time frame in which they filmed this. They were doing the overhaul on the Statue of Liberty.
Got the dude from Family Matters in it too. This is a weird little hodgepodge of random stars.
Yeah. But it was hilarious.
I feel like this is one of those pivotal movies in that game 7 Degrees to Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
I feel like this is like one of those Grand Central stations that has a little bit of everybody to connect everybody else.
Yeah.
Like a conduit to one of these things.
That was back when Wilford Brumley hit that old man stride too, where he was in everything.
Yeah. Anthony Hopkins is in it?
Yeah. The Adventures of Remo Williams. Do you remember there's used to be those men books, The Adventure? It's what it's based on.
Oh.
Yes. Keeper's a good one everybody should watch.
Let's see if The Adventures of
Remo Williams.
I was getting Adventures of Nemo. Adventures of Nemo and William. Yeah, that one's on there too.
Is it on Amazon Prime?
Sure is. All right, I'll watch it, but don't expect me to like it because this thing looks corny as hell.
Oh no, you'll like it. You will like it.
That looks extremely corny.
Oh, dude. It is at times, but it's some hilarious stuff in there.
You got it Prime, don't you?
Dave, what was your movie like that?
That nobody watched but me.
Yeah. And you think they should watch it?
Probably wouldn't want to watch it, but I'm a big fan of some of the movies of that. Just others. I mean, they had really huge movies, but I'm a big fan of John Candy's Summer Rental. Some people might not like it. I've watched that thing 100 times. I just love the movie, but somebody else might not like it. I don't know. That movie is just funny to me. I like it.
Well, I think about just about anything with John Candy in it was amazing. Just about.
Agreed.
the first time I watched it, I didn't particularly care for planes, trains, and automobiles, but it really grew on me.
That one was good. When he loses it on that rental car chick.
Oh gosh.
I knew people that didn't like that part but loved the movie. They hated that part.
Well,
They thought it didn't fit.
You know, it was just a long slew of F-bombs.
Yes.
But I mean, that was the humor of it. He had finally snapped.
He snapped. I mean, you know.
You're messing with the wrong guy.
Oh. Yes, Jimmy Stewart movies. Those are good too there, Dog Tag. It's a Wonderful Life probably being one of the better ones of all of them, I think.
Man, I am a true blue liquid baby right now, but I think that's because I went like 3 hours in the shop without anything to drink.
Oh,
So,
no.
I finally got something to drink. I'm like a dried up sponge just trying to reinflate.
I'm also a big fan of What About Bob?
Oh, yeah.
What about
Bill Murray, Richard Dreyfuss? Yes. Oh, that was.
Oops.
Oh, yes, Bob. We have a brand new therapy calling for you. It's called death therapy.
Man, Dave keeps recommending stuff that I have to rent or buy.
Oh.
Womp womp.
Sorry, brother.
Clearly, you're not finding these things on Amazon.
No, I wait for them. I just wait for them to come on TV and watch them free.
Well, whoever has Amazon Prime, at least Pool Hall Junkies is on there, which is definitely a good watch, and at least Remus and William or whatever.
Remo Williams.
I read a lot of the books. My father-in-law got me involved in the books. I like the movie, but I think they could have done a much better job. My father-in-law was disappointed, and he believes that if they had done better, they would have been more of those movies made. But it was really good, but it was also, I don't know, they tried to cram too much into the movie to let it kind of breathe a little bit, because that interaction between the old man and him was very subtle, but it was very, very funny. But I mean, in their essence, it's funny, but I mean, they're killers. They kill people. But it was really hard for them, I think, to find that dynamic with that movie. That they definitely nailed it on some parts of it. I don't know. I didn't care for the chick that was the government lady or whatever. I didn't care for her part. I think it was I'm trying to remember her name. The army part, I liked it. It was just those two, and I did like Wilford Brimley and the black guy that was playing the other official. Those were all great, but somehow when I got over to the military, I didn't care for that character, that guy, that actor. Really, it's good. I think they could have done a better job with it.
No,
I don't think they spent enough.
Dog Tag brought up a really good movie as well, Caddyshack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I got the theme song in my in a couple of my Spotify playlists.
I still think the Gopher was the best star in the movie.
Did you know? So here's a little piece of trivia. Do you know who the most profane actor or the most profane character in cinema history was?
R2-D2.
Yep, they bleeped out every word he said. I'm waiting for the gears in Dave's head to mesh.
Yeah. That was almost like a firearm joke.
Yeah.
And in fact, I started to pull that the other day.
That one's a little shorter though.
Oh, yeah. So it was R2-D2.
Doesn't take a half hour to get to the point.
But that's the whole fun of that one. Oh, he bleeped out everything he said. Mm-mm-mm. Oh,
That's because he had to put up with his partner in crime, who was annoying.
you mean the oh
C3PO.
yeah, C3PO. Why couldn't I say that one? It's not like I didn't know.
Mr. Shiny Dude.
Which character have you said has been in more Star Wars movies than anybody else?
Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Nope.
I don't know.
C3PO
Really?
has been in more of the movies and the series than any other character.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Huh.
The actor that plays him, anyway.
Huh.
Let's see. Let's go make sure here.
Yeah, I want proof. Show me the receipts.
Dog tag, you're past the Hawker's midnight. I'm amazed you're still in there. I love it.
Yeah. It's because he's being quiet. He's not talking.
Yeah, he's not having to talk, wake people up, attract bears.
There's not a lot going on right now. Rumble is dead.
Let's see.
Yeah. Oh, dog tag.
There you go. Only one actor has appeared in every Star Wars movie plus 4 TV shows. Anthony Daniels, the voice of C3PO.
Okay.
He was created by Anakin in the Phantom Menace and formed an inseparable bond with R2D2. He was in A New Hope, The Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. Then he was built by Anakin. And then he came back in 20 for The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi and The Rise of the Skywalker. And he was in Rogue One, Solo, A Star Wars Story. He was in the animated series, The Clone Wars. He appeared on one show in Star Wars Rebels. And then he was in the live action on an Obi-Wan Kenobi. And he had a cameo in Ahsoka in 2023.
Huh. Well, there's a stream that I follow on Kiminoki. And she is in the middle of a Star Wars watch-a-thon, as she calls it, that she started on May 4th, and she's still going. This woman streams for like 5-6 hours.
Oh my God.
She's I think she's 20 or 21 episodes deep into this whole watch-a-thon thing. They're covering every single Star Wars TV show, episode, cartoon, movie, everything. She's watching all of it, and it's still going.
I'll go ahead and go on record.
I'm sure she.
Star Wars Rebels. It took place right before the original Star Wars. I think Star Wars Rebels they should have never even done a prequel. They should have just done Star Wars Rebels. It was that good.
I never watched it. I watched the movies all the way up through episodes 1 to 9.
Well, if you get the chance, bite the bullet and watch Star Wars Rebels. It's good. It leads into it's basically the backdrop for the series for Ahsoka.
I've never seen Ahsoka.
Oh,
The problem is Disney picked it up and then they started cranking out a whole bunch of garbage and slapping the Star Wars name on
yeah,
it. They're just riding that cash cow, and people are just keep throwing helicopter money at it.
yeah.
So I just it's too much. They've just been beating that dead horse a little too long.
Well,
Now, I mean,
Rebels was around for a while. It was actually very well done. It's precursor for the original 3 Star Wars movies, and it was pretty good. It was very good, actually.
So what is that in between episodes 3 and 4 or something?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes. It's like the beginning of the rebellion.
Okay, fair enough. They explain why they wear those goofy ass hats.
Who? The stormtroopers?
Rebels. The ones that like they look like oh god, I don't even know, like a horseshoe crab.
No, they don't explain that, but those are some goofy looking hats.
They are. I don't know what they were thinking. That's like I would not take that Rebel Force seriously.
I would agree. I agree. Well, you can't take Jar Jar serious either. I mean,
No. What the hell?
Okay, unpopular opinion. I like Jar Jar. I thought he was funny.
The only way Jar Jar could have been saved for me if he had secretly been a Sith.
Some people theorize that he is.
Yeah, and that would make Jar Jar amazing, in my opinion. But if he's not going to be a Sith, I'm not interested.
Yeah, Barry? What is the deal with I went my whole life without ever hearing of this Hayao Miyazaki. I think I got that right. Until like 5 minutes ago, and all of a sudden everybody knows him. What is the deal?
I have no idea.
This whole Spirited Away thing. So apparently that Spirited Away show has been around for like a gabillion years, and I recognize one of the characters in it. I've seen a picture of it. Yeah, if you look it up, you'll be able to see Let me see what Google.
Yeah,
you're seeing here.
It's a 2001 film.
Yeah. Yeah, the little thing with the lines around the eyes, the little like white mask.
Anime.
Yeah, I already don't like anime. It is not my jammy jam. Never has been. But yeah, Ghibli, Studio Ghibli. All of a sudden, Studio Ghibli is like the hottest thing since sliced bread.
I will say, if I was the proverbial trapped on a deserted island between Jar Jar and Mark Hamill, I'm going Jar Jar.
Yep. Based.
There's no way I'd be trapped on island with that dude.
I don't know, dude. I know he's a liberal and everything, and he's got some weird thoughts and stuff out there. But I would have to kill Jar Jar. I may not have to kill him. I might could halfway drown him in the water.
Yeah, but
until I could establish dominance.
But
Jar Jar would die.
It's not hard to establish dominance over Mark Hamill. He's a little soft. I don't know what his deal is. That dude is such a
He does a great voice work for the Joker.
Words that I can't say on the show.
Can you imagine you go into work tomorrow, that dude's your boss?
I quit.
Who? Mark Hamill or Jar Jar?
Either.
No, Jar Jar I'd stick around for, but Mark Hamill I'd quit. I would not be. He'd fire me in a couple of days anyway. He'd find out that I'm one of those evil semi-fascist Republican MAGA. Oh. And he'd
Oh,
soil himself at the mere thought of a MAGA Republican working for him.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Dog Tag. Absolutely.
Yeah. They lost 2 hikers this week in Maine, father and daughter, prayers to their family. Do they know what happened?
Yeah,
Okay.
passed away lost, or like can't find them lost.
They passed away lost.
I'm hoping it's not a passed away lost. Of course, then again, kind of the lesser of two evils for it to be can't find them, but at least there's
Yeah.
at least the latter of those two. Hope.
But,
That's horrible.
yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh my. So we've established that Jar Jar was better than Mark Hamill,
Yep.
but not Luke Skywalker. I'm gonna tell you something. Luke Skywalker. What really ticked me off about the prequel, you had the most iconic villain ever in Darth Vader. They believe hypothermia. Wow. You had the most iconic villain ever in Darth Vader for 4, 5, and 6. And then they turn it around and they go back to prequels and they make him some whiny little girl.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that.
And like father, like son.
Yeah, and Luke was whiny too.
Of course he was. And he made out with his sister.
With his sister. He's from the Alabama side of Tatooine.
I was just gonna say that's some space hillbilly stuff right there. I hear banjos on that space cruiser.
Banjos. They probably reenacted that scene from Dirty Dancing.
Hey, listen.
What? Oh, Han Solo and Chewbacca did.
I just want
Chewie's holding Han up,
If we could swap out Patrick Swayze for Chewbacca, that makes it even better. I'd love to be picked up by Chewbacca, man. He could that's like 10 feet up in the air, man.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet, man. I'd be like flapping my wings like an eagle, and he'd be,
Dave, who would you want to pick you up in the air and hold you like that?
Nobody. I wouldn't want to be held like that.
He's lost. You don't want him to hold you up like baby from
Yeah, from Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
Dude, come on. You might as well just go to the front of the Titanic ship and film a scene, man. Come on.
Listen, I will go to the front of the Titanic and I will be king of the world. Okay.
Of all the things I ever thought I would not hear come out of your mouth, it's that. It's almost like you're like ill or something, man. Like you might need to go to a doctor. I just never thought you would say that.
I will sing Celine Dion at the front of that rail. Okay.
Good night, Dog Tag. We'll just keep them in our prayers, brother. We hate to hear that.
Yeah, that is a bummer, man.
But I would never expect to hear Steve say that. But we've known each other. We've known him long enough, and he knows us. But so I got to say this: I'm not extraordinarily surprised that he said that.
I am fun. Okay.
You are fun.
You
are fun.
Well,
I think you got too hot to shop, man. Something ain't right.
I don't know. That cheese might be sliding off my cracker a little bit. Who knows?
I tried to ignore the whole thing. You keep bringing it back up. I was just going to let it go on by. I mean, it's like, what the heck? I thought I misheard it till you got kind of into it and described it.
It's okay.
All right. And so when he lifts you up, do you still want to be called baby?
I don't care. Hey, if it helps, I'm not going to mess with the process.
Are you going to wear that little short dress she had on?
Okay, that's where I draw the line. I still have limits. Okay, now you found me. Now you feel better.
We're just trying to figure out where they're at.
Yeah,
We're just trying to
I just have an image now that he's gave us the picture. And now I see him walking through the break room. He's humming that song, and somebody's got their phone up going, "Hey, Steve-O, hey, Patrick Swayze, baby, yeah, we saw that clip."
Hey, lucky for me, I don't socialize with anybody at work. I only talk to like 2 people there, and neither one of them watch any of my stuff. So,
dude.
Whew. We appreciate you being on with us tonight, brother. It's always a pleasure.
That's getting to be that time.
You're great. You're great people and a lot of fun. And thanks for taking time after a hard work day.
That's all right. On. Hopefully tomorrow I got some crazy stuff going on, but I'll have a minute to just maybe Friday I'll take a little bit of time to just breathe. Not just do anything for a couple hours before my stream.
So
closing in, I'm only about away from my 30-hour requirement.
Good job, brother.
Yeah.
Good job.
We should be getting pretty close too, shouldn't we?
Oh, you guys already got it. I'm sure you already got it. You guys probably have 45, 50 hours or so.
Oh, we probably don't have that many.
I'm sure.
What was your new item you made? I don't know if I asked you.
Oh, they're down in the. I gotta give it another.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'll have to show you another time. Unfortunately, I only had time to because right before the stream, I had just gotten out of the shower. I had to run through and do a super quick shower before the stream tonight, and right before that, I had cleaned up all of the pieces that I worked at. I had a good 15 pounds or so of products in a basket, and cleaned them all up, hung them up in my paint room, and sprayed them all down. So now I gotta go down and hit them again with another coat before bed.
Cool.
And before work,
we'll have to check it out.
Hit them again tomorrow before work.
The bottle opener would be cool. I like the idea of the bottle opener.
Yeah, my table tomorrow is going to be a little. It's going to be a little anemic. It's not going to be filled, but I kind of expected that at this event. So things are going to be a little slim for the first couple of weeks, but it's like I need to see which products move in what way and what I should stock up on more, and I need more time to build up stock on certain items. So, if I only sell a couple of things tomorrow, then okay. I made like 3 dozen things in the last like 4 days. So
cool.
There you go.
Obviously I have the capacity to keep up with that. Now, if tomorrow I sell out everything I've got, then Friday I'm quitting the job. Anyway, I'm going to be able to keep up. Otherwise, I'm just going to be dead in like a month.
Wow.
Because I've been running myself ragged these past couple of days just trying to get things built up and stocked up. It doesn't help that I've been streaming my work for the past couple of days, but I figured while I was at it, I'd kill 2 stone birds and get some hours racked up on Rumble Studio while I was at it.
You say 2 stone birds?
You caught that, did you? Well, I always used to say kill 2 stones with 1 bird, and then after a while that turned into I'll just kill 2 stone birds.
I like
2 birds, 1 stone. Okay.
A couple of pothead birds hanging out on the wire.
I got you. 2 stone birds. I got it. Well, everybody, y'all have a great night. Give us a like, follow, subscribe. Don't forget to check out Half Pine Forge with old Steve there. Give him a like, follow over there. We got a bunch of friends over there on Rumble. Let me put them up there too real quick.
Yes, sir.
There they are. There's Half Pine Forge. We got Empty Pockets Podcast, Killer Carl. Kim's Coffee Talk, The Dialogue Box, and Angry Conservative.
Yeah, you can find me on Forge or Half Pine Forge Live, and then Facebook is Half Pine Forge. Instagram is HPF_Blacksmith. But if you go to halfpineforge.com, the bottom of the homepage, you can find all the links to all my goodies to make it easier.
Y'all check out his store as well. He's got a lot of great items on there.
Yes, sir. About to expand it by one this week and working on some new stuff this weekend. I've got a couple of welding projects that are popping up that I might be playing around with. So.
Oh.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hey, can you make me some wrought iron chairs for my porch?
Chairs. Oh my goodness.
Chairs.
Better have some deep pockets for that one, my guy.
Well, I don't want to get them old Chinese.
I mean, they'll be the only things left after the rapture, but they'll be expensive. And I don't know if you're going to be able to afford the shipping on them bad boys. I'd have to rent a trailer. I don't know.
It's just a thought. It may not be a good thought, but it is a thought.
But that's a tall order right there. That's a lot of work.
No, I
already have a pretty big project like that going on right now for a couple of railings for a friend of the family's. And I also have another. This one's I do have a really cool project in mind for the same customer as the railings. They want a couple of hangers, but they want them to hang diagonally off of their porch posts.
Yeah.
So for the best stabilization, I had this really cool idea. I'd get some wide angle iron, and I would bend it like inverse, like bend it against the ridge so that it would kind of like go out like a big fern leaf almost.
Yeah.
And have it curl at the end. I'd taper it down and have it curl at the end. And so that would hang. Okay. But then that way you could bolt them in two different ways with the bolts crossing each other into the corner of the post. That would be super, super stable.
Yeah, it would.
So that might be something that pops up eventually on my website as well. Who knows?
Yeah, I could use a plant hanger to go out there on my porch too. Hang me a big old fern on it.
But for now, I've got I designed and built a little hand crank machine that makes chain links out of 1/4 inch thick round stock. Okay. And so I make my own chains 1 link at a time. And so I've got this idea to make a length about yay long, 1.5 foot, like that. Tack all of the seams and then line it up in a circle and tack those all together and then make that into the frame of a wind chime, string that up. So it's kind of a idea that's been brewing in my head these past couple of weeks.
Okay. Cool. That would be cool.
But yeah, it's just more stuff that pops into my head. Like I said, I just keep adding stuff to the store as it comes up. I try it out and it works. I make a jig to make it faster, and I stick it on the store, and then move on to the next.
There you go.
I like it.
All right, everybody. We're going to call her a night. It's almost 10:15. Mm-hmm. And Steve's got more work to do. Dave's got to get up, go to work in the morning, and we got a show tomorrow night. So y'all tune in tomorrow night for Cornbread Nation. And we appreciate it. Steve, when's your next live?
Next live show is going to be Friday night, getting hammered in the shop.
There you go.
You like that?
I like that.
That was a crowdsourced name that came from a couple of people in the audience that came up with that, which is fun. Covering alcoholic.
All right. Well, guys, y'all have a great night. And like, follow, subscribe to everybody, and we will see y'all soon. Good night, everybody.